Niger out of ECOWAS. France just did this in Africa secretly. ECOWAS is a criminal organization owned by the UN, which means the Rockefellers. Niger does not need ECOWAS. The UN should be banned in Africa. Turkey kicked out the UN in Cyprus when they tried to bully the local military and the population. The Rothschilds and the Rockefellers are getting desperate when they are observing that their games are no longer working. People are waking up. The number one enemy of humanity is these families that have been stealing from 99% of the world's population. They have been using fear and economic threats with their institutions like the IMF and the World Bank. The Oppenheimer and the Rothschilds have African underground minerals, gold, diamonds, and other rare minerals under their control with companies like the Rio Tinto, Oppenheimer, De Beers, Anglo-American, and many more. ECOWAS is trying to split the Africans and turn them against each other. Machiavellian analysis: Niger's alleged exit from ECOWAS and the global power dynamics. In the intricate tapestry of global politics, the recent claims of Niger's departure from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, provide a Machiavellian lens through which to examine the underlying power dynamics. Accusations of ECOWAS being a criminal organization owned by the United Nations, allegedly controlled by influential families like the Rockefellers and Rothschilds, reveal a multifaceted landscape where geopolitical strategies intertwine with economic interests and regional alliances. Realpolitik and pragmatism. Machiavelli's Realpolitik underscores the necessity of practicality in political decisions. If Niger's withdrawal from ECOWAS is indeed a strategic move, it reflects a pragmatic assessment of the benefits and drawbacks associated with regional affiliations. Power dynamics and allegations. Machiavelli's principle of understanding power dynamics becomes crucial when evaluating accusations against ECOWAS. The claim that it is owned by the UN and, in turn, the Rockefellers implies a web of influence and control that leaders must navigate for the benefit of their state. Exploitation and economic leverage. Machiavelli's Machiavellianism is evident in the allegations of global families exploiting Africa's resources. The Oppenheimer and Rothschilds' purported control over underground minerals reveals a potential intersection between economic interests and political maneuvering, where power is wielded through control of valuable resources. Fear and economic threats. The Machiavellian tactic of instilling fear and leveraging economic threats is observed in accusations against influential families using institutions like the IMF and the World Bank. If true, this aligns with Machiavelli's advice that leaders should be willing to use any means necessary to secure and maintain power. Regional division as a strategy. Accusations that ECOWAS is attempting to sow division among African nations resonate with Machiavelli's view that internal discord can be strategically exploited. Fragmentation among member states may serve the interests of those seeking to exert influence from behind the scenes. Strategic withdrawal and autonomy. If Niger's departure from ECOWAS is indeed strategic, it aligns with Machiavelli's advice to leaders to maintain autonomy and adapt their strategies to changing circumstances. Nations must prioritize their own interests and alliances that serve their goals. Conclusion. Through a Machiavellian lens, the allegations surrounding Niger's exit from ECOWAS and the influence of global families like the Rockefellers and Rothschilds reveal a world where power, politics, and economics intersect. Machiavelli's principles of realpolitik, pragmatism, and the strategic use of fear and alliances provide a framework for understanding the motivations behind geopolitical maneuvers. Whether these claims hold true or not, the Machiavellian approach prompts us to scrutinize the complex interplay of forces shaping the fate of nations in the global arena.